Okay, well, it's now unshaven Tuesday. So still tomorrow, I believe, the delivery, all inboxes, order confirmed. Ordered some more different powders for powder coating. I've got clear, silver and orange, because the vehicle will eventually be some type of orange, I imagine. Here we go, track parcel. No, I don't want app. Have enough bloody apps. Wednesday still. So yeah, not coming today. So anyway, as you can see, the front, I was going to make 4 mounts for the transfer case, but since then I've salvaged this. It's been removed from, there's a joiner between the gearbox and the transfer case. I've salvaged this from one of the joiners. You can see there's 2 bolts, so I can make a nice long, I'll probably make my own polyurethane bush to go underneath it, and I can make it at the height that I require. Possibly I'll make that. I could also just put like the one I've got coming for the gearbox in the middle, but this gives me a good mounting point, right? It bolts to it perfectly. Everything is suitable. It just had to be cut and cleaned away from the front of the gearbox. You want to see? Okay, hang on. Where is that scrap metal? Here we go. Here it is. This used to go here somewhere. Yeah? Yeah? Got that? And this bolted to the transmission, so that came from there. So now you know. And you know I'm not a liar. First I thought I'll cut it off and then I'll copy it out of steel, but I don't think there's a need to make it out of steel. It would be quite easy to use some of that 10mm plate that I've got and trace it, but I think this alloy is strong enough. And then I can put another one on here, possibly, a mount there, and don't know if you probably cannot see. More editing by moving the camera, and there's a point here that looks the same as that one there and there. So next I've got to make another cross member for this. Probably 2, one for the front and one for the back. Although I would prefer a mount further towards the back, but I'm not sure what I'd bolt it to. So gives a nice easy access to the shifter. And this transfer case is a bit different to your normal Jeep transfer case because it has a high range 4-wheel drive, low range 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive and all-wheel drive option, right? which is important to me when I get a lot of horsepower. So I like to be able to select two-wheel drive, you know, to melt some rubber, but in general driving with this sort of power, it's probably nice to have all-wheel drive, I imagine. I've never driven anything with that sort of power. Kind of scary thought. Not that it's not able to, it's just, am I trustworthy? Alright, so yeah, and I've ordered another yoke to modify for this to come the yoke for the input. So I've got a yoke coming out of the gearbox and a yoke going into the transfer. Thumbnail. So yeah, I just got to find a local machinist. Are you out there? Nice if I could find someone who was able to splice. Oh, that would be so good, wouldn't it? Someone who could splice. Imagine that. You just splice it in there. Put a bolt through. But with probably just a really tight fit, even a tapping in fit, slight interference fit would be good in there. I actually thought of getting the angle grinder and cutting grooves. What do you think? It's a very low camera. Probably makes me look very tall. Taller than 6'3". So yeah, I was actually thinking maybe if I could, like, very carefully cut grooves in there with a grinder. Who knows? You know, think I could do that? I know we used to do it in the old Range Rovers, when you had like put GM motors in the old Land Rovers. Yeah, Land Rovers from England. They used to snap axles all the time, so we'd get like Series 2 or Series 3 Land Rover axles, but they were too long than the Series 1 and Series 2, so we used to chop them, but they were still fat enough after you cut this off, and we'd cut grooves in it with a grinder, and they would still snap sometimes, but not as often as the original axles. So, but yeah, the splines were never a problem when you cut them, but they were a bit coarser than these. These are quite fine, which gives them the strength, don't get me wrong, extra strength. More splines, more strength. This is but not sure how many are here, 28 or something, but I imagine just by guessing. So yeah, I'll measure how far so this goes in all the way, the splines. So I'll probably cut it, destroy everything I've worked on, cut the end off, make everything as short as possible, and then make the yoke as short as possible so the distance between the gearbox and this is not too far. I'm also putting that double cardan in between, so I'm gonna have a short tail shaft, but that's okay. I'm gonna put a double cardan into the rear tail shaft, just in case there's vibrational angle problems. So, but I don't think a drive shaft like that or the factory one. This is what came out of the back. It's not huge, is it? It's not a huge shaft. I'm not sure what strength that can handle. I mean, not that I want necessarily a big fat shaft. More concerned about the strength. So But maybe they're really thick walled. Maybe they're fine. I don't know. Please let me know if you know. No one ever seems to answer much my questions on this channel. So if you know about tail shafts, I was even thinking of using the front because I need a tail shaft with a sliding yoke at the back. I need that 100%. Because I've got a solid mounted SYE whatever you call it, on the back of that to shorten it. And so yeah, I was thinking of modifying a front tail shaft to go on the back, but it's so thin. It's like 2 inches or something. Like 5 centimeters or something like that. So maybe I can get a front shaft out of a Hummer or something like that. Any ideas, crew? Any wrecking crews out there that can, hey, this is a good shaft to use. It's got a slide and a super strong. Come out of a D10. That's the sort of thing I need, you know. So yeah, update before the tomorrow. Just a quick, wasn't that quick, was it? No, I was pretty slow. I thought a quick update on the transfer case. That I've sorted the front mounting, which is cool. I like this because it utilizes these bolts, which I'll trim back now. I know they don't need to be that long. I'll hit them with the grinder, make it nice and neat. I'll powder coat that silver. Wonder if you can, these can handle a couple of 100 degrees. If I take the seals out, of course. Maybe like take this plastic off, take the seals out. They must operate at 200 Celsius, surely. Huh? How hot? How hot? Do transfer cases get under high demand? Under high demand, heavy duty towing or sustained high speed activity, transfer case can typically reach internal temperatures between 93 and 104, so no, nowhere near. Pity. I was kind of hoping I could powder coat the thing, but if it's not used to handling, there may be plastic bits inside. So yeah, better not risk that. And I don't want to rebuild it just yet. Everything sort of feels pretty good, so I don't want to rebuild it at this time until it blows or has slapping problems, chain slap or snap. I don't think it will though. The Jeep weighs about the same as my son's Mustang, which is quite incredible. Around about the same weight, give or take 100 kilos, which is pretty amazing, really. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go and make another one of the cross mounts like I've made here. Hope the light is sufficient. But I'm going to measure first to see how high. If the transfer case needs to be a bit lower than this, I may be able to use the factory one that was here. It's double steel here where the subframe overlaps. They're welded together, so nice if this is the right place. It looks about right. So otherwise I'll have to beef it up somehow. See, this is beefed up here. They've welded an extra bracket, so I may have to do the same thing on the transfer case mounts, which I'll probably weld together so it's like an H. And then that will give it extra strength as well if they're joined together. One thing I have noticed the other day is tail shaft angle. Like, I know it angles down, but I'm worried this will be in the way of the tail shaft going to the front. Shouldn't it be called a front shaft instead of a tail shaft because it's at the front, not at the tail of the vehicle? So I may have to mod this still, you know, with a zigzag, an up or a down. I forget, I'm going to have to look at one of the other Jeeps to see whether it goes, I imagine it goes underneath the original. You can see that's level, the right level there. It's about 150 millimeters or 6 inches or so lower than this point, which is about there, just above that, in a straight line. Yeah. So who knows, it may end up going back to the original and putting a bigger riser and then go over the top. I don't know yet. That's the thing about one-offs and building, is like, you never know. You've got it all worked out in your head, only to find out that later on those things are not correct. So anyway, I'm going to make one more like this, exactly the same, after I've measured where the height of that mount needs to be. I'm going to shut you off now. You can zoom into the transfer case as an ending shot. There you go.